Hey, this is for my therapist. No, not the therapy you may be thinking of, but I'm actually talking about you. Yeah, you, the barber and the beautician that not only make us look good, but you serve as a trusted ear to hear all the stuff you may not even have asked for, but we tell you anyway. I speak for all of your clients and myself when I say thank you. But I do have some concerns, as I know most beauty salon and barbershop owners don't really think about insurance. You may have it just because the landlord said, hey, you need general liability to move into your space. However, there are a key couple of areas that should keep you up at night if they don't already. The first is general liability. Let's classify this as your slip and fall accidents. We're all familiar with them, right? When you're cutting hair, especially in my beauty salons, there's a lot of hair on the floor. It's everywhere. And there's a lot of opportunity for accidents to happen. If you're not keeping up with that hair as you should, people are going to slip. So you need to be protected from that. The second is professional liability. Let's unpack this a little bit. Let's say you have an appointment, right? They want a color change and you've applied all the chemicals, let's say 10, 15, 20 minutes later. All of a sudden, you're watching wads of hair start coming out of your hands and the client has a huge bald spot where of course hair should be. You know what? Let's say that client looks like Fire Marshal Bill.
Don't look at me! Don't you look at me!
I forgot to mention, and it's also a few days before her wedding. Man, and this is a life-changing situation for her. For my barbers, you're lining a client's beard and you accidentally take too much off. And unfortunately, that client has to settle for a goatee. Man, he tells you, don't worry about it, we're good. So we're good, right? Nah, he goes home, his wife and his kids look at him like, what the heck happened to your face?
Hey, you making daddy feel bad, you crying.
And all of a sudden the narrative changes. We go from being, it's all good to, nah, there's a problem. You need professional liability. Number 3, tools and equipment. Let's dive into this some more. Let's talk about all the equipment that you use. You're a true artist, right? You're like an artist and a contractor, and you need your tools to do your job and to do your job well. So you need coverage for your clippers, your scissors, your shavers, ladies, the chemicals that you use. We talked about the hair dye. Let's think of things even like your chair that you use that has a hydraulic lift in it, right? So that can be a mechanical breakdown. So you need to be covered for that as well. You need tools and equipment coverage. 4th, utility time exposure. What is this, you're wondering? Well, primarily in beauty salons, you're not going to do anything without water. So you have what we call utility time element exposure. If for some reason you've got no water, then you have to close your doors. You can't do your job. Similarly, if you have no electricity, it's hard to do anything, right? So you have a real need for insurance in general, but with equipment failures, supply chains issues, utility outages, you need some sort of business continuation plan, and we can do that with what? Insurance. Number 5 is workers' compensation. Now, for some reason, this is one area that we don't think about, but you absolutely need to think about workers' compensation. What I often hear is, I don't need it. None of these people work for me. They're all contracted here. They're just here for a period of time. They're not actually my employees. Well, guess what? If the sign on the outside says Justin's Barbershop on that front door, the customer walking in getting his hair cut or the customer getting their hair done does not think that they're contractors. They see them as employees. And if those people are doing the job that is part of your regular business, they need to be covered on workers' compensation. Let's say all of a sudden one of the barber beauticians working walks away to go to the bathroom and they slip and fall. Let me tell you, that's going to be a workers' compensation claim. It's not general liability. You know why? Because general liability excludes anybody that's working there. So you do need workers' compensation. In summary, listen, my goal here is to help you understand about professional liability, about workers' compensation, and about your equipment business continuation plan. That if for some reason the power goes out for a length of time, the water goes off for a length of time, your equipment breaks down, you still get paid. Let's start your policy and get you properly protected. Listen, you worked way too hard to build what you have. Now let me help you protect it.